Welcome back to AFL Supercoach. What a disaster of a round. Well, not the whole round, just today really. I was looking pretty good last night, being Sunday night. I was projected for about 2,100. I've ended up with 1,849, as you can see, and lost 1,000 ranks. So for the buys as a whole, I'm now negative about 600 ranks. So the buy plan has completely blown up in my face, and I don't think I can recover from here. So I've basically got one eye on next year. My plan was to try and get a top 2,000 finish, but I'm realistic. It's not going to happen now. So, yeah, I don't know. I kind of just lose interest. Like some people say, I'll just pick players that you like watching, things like that, or you can take risk and make some trades that you're not going to stress over. But I don't enjoy it. I'm not one of those that plays for leagues really. So I don't really enjoy the game if I'm not chasing, a good finish like that, which I'm realistic I'm not going to get now. It's too hard to make up ground when pretty much everyone's got like primo teams now. So, yeah, I'll still keep making videos and see how high I can finish in that. I'm not going to give up like last year, but yeah, I'm realistic about it. So we'll have a look and see where it all fell apart. We'll start with the forwards this time, because they actually didn't let me down. So Flanders 152 was absolutely massive. Heaney did his standard. Zorko, who I got in this week, 95, that was okay. Fisher 120, very good. My only worry with him is that he kind of needs to get like 1 million disposals to score half decent. But, if other teams aren't going to put any attention into him, he should keep doing that, so that's fine. There's going to be plenty of ball in North's defence. I don't think McKerch is going to hurt him too much when he comes back. Garcia got an 80. So he gets 80 like every second week. Now he's made 196k, so he might go this week, but he's definitely one that people have slept on. At least it doesn't seem like anyone's talking about him. So 82, 64, 66, 84, 51, 83, 54, 80. So he should be, if that trend continues, he's probably going to be getting a down score this week anyway, like a 50 or a 60. And that's pretty much in line with, there you go, 54, his break even, so that's why he's probably going this week. And if you remember back, it was a choice between basically him or Jake Rogers, and everyone said that Rogers was the logical one to go with. I went with Garcia, obviously, and I know that it wasn't the logical one, but I had a gut feel. So my whole season has been about going with gut feel. Now today, that got me in trouble. I put the captain on Dacos even after I found out he was going to be tagged. So sometimes it goes your way and sometimes it doesn't. It just feels like most of the time, there's people whose way it goes every time, if that makes sense. Yeah, so Garcia, good pick. More people should be talking about that, I think. So I'm just going to call this guy Joel, because I still don't know how to say his name. I've heard 10 different versions of it. He's almost made the 150k now, I think. What's he, about 15k off it? Yep, 136. So his 53 was decent enough. He's got like a 30 break even this week. He should get there, but I think he's just about maxed out now. For now, McMuffin was unbelievable. So he started a sub and he scored all these points in the single quarter, which was the last, obviously. He was on 57 and they scaled him down to 50. That's just crazy stuff. His points per minute are off the charts. I wonder what he'd be like in a full game though, given that he'd have to conserve energy somewhat, because when he is the sub, he just goes crazy running around, obviously with no eye on conserving anything for later. But I'm almost hoping that, because his job security is not great, but I'm almost hoping that he gets dropped pretty soon and doesn't play again for the rest of the year, so that next year he might be a shout if his job security improves, because he'd be a good one to start with if his price is right and stuff. Gorn 132, so that hurt. If I had have gone him as captain, obviously I score an extra 140 odd points, I think. So yeah, that's rough, but what can you do? English, he's just really frustrating at the moment. The worst thing is I had Grundy, and my goal was to get Grundy to English around the buys. Now, obviously, if you remember, I went with Marshall in between. And even Jordan Sweet as an R2 after Marshall looked like he hurt his knee. So it's been a long way around. I should have just stayed with Grundy. But what can you do? So Bont 99 was pretty disappointing. But he'll be back to his best soon enough, I'm sure. Dawson 117, that doesn't look that remarkable, but considering the team around him are donkeys and he's playing with some kind of foot injury, it's a pretty damn good score. Bought in Goulden this week. So I didn't make a trade video last week because this week just gone because I didn't have time at all. But yeah, I ended up going with Goulden. It was half because I had a good feeling about him because last year he went crazy post-buy. But I'd be lying if I said it wasn't to do with a lack of money. So yeah, I think I had like 571,000 and I could get anyone from there and wasn't keen on Rao, which that turned out to be good. So imagine my score if I had gone Rao instead of Goulden. Jack's still 98. So speaking of Rao, he had to deal with him and the other Gold Coast guys. 98, I guess, isn't too bad against them. They're hard to score on. Petrarca really bloody hurt. He was on track for a good score as well. It was nice though that he got an extra, I think, 10 points after being subbed out. You know, I'll take anything I can get at this point. But yeah, he might have to go now with suspected broken ribs. Hopefully he's like Nigel Lappin though in that grand final and it doesn't keep him out at all. But that's just wishful thinking, obviously. Green 79, he's an absolute fraud. I want him out my team, but I just don't have the luxury to do that. I think Stewart's got to go first. He almost certainly will be going this week. I don't give a shit. I just want him out. He's done. Holmes is the main man now. Stewart doesn't want to put his body on the line or anything anymore. He just looks off. He's carrying some kind of injury. I don't want nothing to do with it anymore. Never again. Sullivan 48 was pretty disappointing, I guess. He got low tog and all that. But yeah, I think he's just about done. What's his break even? 53, so he might be another one that can go, well, on his buy, I would say. So what's that one, round 15? Clark is like a zombie. I thought he was a dead rookie a month ago, and he's kind of just come out of nowhere and started getting some decent scores with absolutely putrid ones in between. Yeah, so his past month, 36, 15, 85, 66. Hopefully he's turned the corner, but we say that every week. At least he's made a fair bit of money now. Like not, about 100k, I'd say. Yeah, 97. Break even at minus 21 though, so that's okay. Garcia's dead. Hopefully he can do a zombie act though as well. So now to the defence. Not much happening there this week, given it's mostly Port and Fremantle players. But yeah, Dacos captain. What a load of shit. Just move on from that one. She's a 129, so he's still scoring well in his new role. I feel sorry for people that traded him out when he made the move to the midfield because, you know, as I said before, you can make moves based on solid logic and then they blow up in your face. It's just how it goes. But luckily, it hasn't happened to me in this case. Stewart, as I said, he's got to go. 76 is disgusting. The most annoying thing about him is that he's usually on a really good halftime score and then he just disappears. I actually called it at halftime this week. It's never any different. I'm just done. Dawson, he was bought in this week and it was partly for the DPP swing that he could have with Fisher, but would have preferred him to make a little bit of money and be on the field. Now he's injured. Hopefully it's not too severe, but he got subbed out on a 0. So that sums up the round, I think. And then Reed, I don't think he'll be coming back anytime soon. He got another shoulder injury. So I don't know what my trades are going to look like this week, but we'll hit optimize and see what happens. That's not good. What? Actually, no, it's alright. Flanders has the buy. I was thinking, what the hell is it doing? So how many is that on field? Garcia's not going to play. So if McMuffin plays, that's 5, 6. Should be like 20 on field, and I obviously plan to make some trades. I just don't know what they are yet. I'm not going to bore you with going through them on here and trying to work that out. I won't even know until I find out what's going on with Petrarca. If he's out for a few weeks, then yeah, he'll probably have to go. But ideally, I want Stewart gone and probably Garcia. I'm gonna have to wait now with Rankin because, well, I definitely want Rankin. I just don't know which F6 I want. So Rankin's still got to have his bye, obviously, so I'll get him after that. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm just not enthused anymore. But yeah, that's how it sits. And as I said, I will keep making videos and we'll see how high I can finish still. I'm just not going to go for any of those crazy, outrageous trades like some people suggest at this point. I guess it's a good talking point for keeping people engaged pretty much from this point of the season onwards, because if you're not in the top few thousand right now, like top 2,000, I'd say, you got no chance really of getting up there in the top 100 or winning the whole thing. And I think that's when people really lose interest, especially if you're like me and you don't give a shit about leagues. So I'm not sure what they can do there. Maybe it's just the way it is. I'm not saying they should change it, because I'm sick of everything getting changed year after year, AFL in general and Supercoach. But yeah, old man yells at cloud vibes there. It is what it is. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will make another video and I'll see you in that one.